Welcome back, everybody. We're keeping up with the King of the Hill here with Zach Creemer, the reigning champion with Burn, up against David on Mardu Pyro.
Petromancer. You have no idea what's in the Petromancer deck. Let's say. Do you think this matchup is roughly fast? Gonna go pretty quickly, like most of our other ones, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, 34 minutes to the giveaway. Don't miss out on your opportunity to win the Lord Wingrace yourself. Here you go. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm going to get my list that I have to play. Probably next week. Got a 4-0. Petromancer has control over gasoline. That's fair. Matthew, I'm going to have to request that you keep that link somewhere safe, so that way I don't lose it.
Can we get it up on screen, Matt, so we can see what's in here? See what kind of spicy list Justin's going to be playing with.
Four Liliana, 3 Fatal Push, 4 positions. Wrench Mine, Dismember, Rack, 2 Bridge.
The bombs in the sideboard. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems sweet.
This seems like a real deck.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
This seems like
All
what
right.
8 racks should actually look like.
All right, I'll do my best to get this together for you next week.
It's even titled Gebbing. Should be Gobin, but oh well.
Shut up. Every time you cast an instant or sorcery, it creates an artifact called Oil Barrel with tap, sacrifice, add red mana. I like it.
If your opponent controls a soldier, they gain control of Oil Barrel.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Kyle brought up a good point there.
Justin's last name is actually Gobing.
It's not. You're lying. So my last name is Gebbing. It's G-E-B-I-N-G. When I first signed up for my Planeswalker points number, the kind gentleman at the store in which I signed up at read my name as Gobing. So instead of confirming to me what my last name was, he just typed it into the computer. So I have the legendary last name of Gobing on all my match slips in any event that is not Star City.
Yep.
Maybe that's why I like Star City so much.
This
They
is
can
a
at
lot
least
of
get my name
creatures.
correct. I don't think David can win. I'm not sure in what world David has to beat this hand.
Alright, we'll take the Skullcrack.
Take Skullcrack.
And die. Oh, and take that.
And take that. He's going to take 5 down to 8.
Or he's going to draw Boris Charm, and he's going to take 10.
Die. Do-do-do-do.
Lightning Bolt works.
You design cards better than whoever came up with BFZ Black. I do like, I do like the Petromancer there, but I don't know, man. Ulamog was a solid card. Gideon was definitely good. Dreadbore, okay, okay. So what cards out of David's sideboard do you like here?
Is he playing black?
I see at least 1 black mana.
I feel like Collective Brutality would be a pretty good sideboard card.
Oh
against
wow!
Burn.
I wonder if anyone's actually going to cast a Collective Brutality ever versus Zach.
Yeah, I would recommend it. We got some Ghastlies.
Yep, we can at least block. We're still alive.
All right, and we're dead.
And we're dead. Yeah, math comes up. Camball. Oh, Camball's actually good.
Yeah, I like chicken noodle soup.
What? Oh,
Campbell soup.
Campbell's chicken noodle soup. That's Camball there. So close. So close.
It's chicken noodle.
Well, that was a fast round 1. I think we're gonna have Matthew throw up a poll. We're gonna have Kyle play his Arclight Phoenix deck, and then you guys then I'm gonna play a deck that you guys decide. It really can almost be any deck in Modern for the most part. I think I can get my hands on right now.
Yeah, for the most part.
minus the 8-rack deck. I can't get my hands on that just yet. I don't know too many people with that deck built. So, you say Mardu would dumpster it? How so? Elves. Is there an elves in the room?
I don't think so.
Rough. Okay.
Why don't you list the decks you can put together?
Fine. The decks I can put together. I can get Tron. I can get Storm.
You can get Jeskai.
I can play Jeskai. I can play. Oh, jeez. My Bant Coco list. I can also play Green White Company. They're like the same deck.
You can play some Panza.
I can play Panza.
You can play Scape Shift.
I can play, yeah, Scape Shift.
To spend the points, do exclamation point enter.
Open your gift in Pokemon. Oh, I'll get there eventually, Marklar. Yeah, I do that like once a week. I'll try and do that soon. I'm very bad at remembering to open those.
I'd open
Mostly
my
'cause
gift
I
in
don't want
Pokemon,
the-
you know, if I got any gifts.
Mostly because I don't want to get the 7K eggs with a bunch of Pokemon that I've already hatched 100 times. Was it Tron, Storm, Jeskai, Bant, Green, White, Ponza, Scape Shifts? I can get KCI. I guess I can get, if Robert's still here, I could get Grixis Death Shadow.
Robert left.
Robert left, never mind. If Farrell's still here, I can get John's.
Oh, I guess
No.
Robert is still here, apparently.
Robert is still here?
I thought
Okay,
he left.
I might be able to get those depending if
Pretty much, there's a modern deck you want to see, we can mostly get it.
I'll say, I mean, I listed off like 10 of them, but you guys, of course, would always find the ones that I wouldn't be able to find.
Yeah.
So if you want to see it, we can probably do it.
Soul Flare Surprise.
I love it.
Alright, can you put that together?
I don't know what it is.
Well, you get Zatalpa in your graveyard, and you exile a Soul Flare,
Uh-huh.
and then you win the game.
Can I get a Chromatic Core too?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Play a Coco deck. Who's this? Patchwork Junkie with a follow. That means you get 50 points, which means you can enter our giveaway, which is going away in 26 minutes. Play Dredge? I think I can get Dredge. Sure.
Important, it looked like you tried to enter, didn't have any points. If you do follow, you do get 50 points for that, which would get you 2 tickets.
Plus Hollow One plus Soul Flare.
And then Patrick Junkie, if you were wanting to use both tickets worth of points that you did get, you
Enter
could
two.
just hit enter again, but for future reference, if you do a number after enter, it will enter you for however many tickets you're wanting to get.
They want something janky. Matthew, you got your. I can get Heartless Summoning. You got turn 1 Blood Moon. You got that list.
I mean, the deck I'm going to be playing does have a place of Experimental Frenzies. There you go, M. Horton. Thanks for the follow. And then,
Thanks,
yep,
man.
you got the 1 ticket. If you do that one more time, it should get you the 2nd ticket you got from that, because you get 50 points and the ticket's only 25. Alright, so back to the game. He's got that Goblin Guide start again.
Inquisition. We're going to take Searing, one of the Searing effects. No, you could just probably avoid playing creatures, right?
That is the hope. I think he's just taking Lava Spike, unless he's playing on Brutality. Then he could take the Skull Crack.
I would take Skullcrack, I think. Boom. There you go. You got both of your enters.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're going to win this Lord Windgrace Nature's Vengeance deck. I can feel it.
I don't like how aggressive David was on the Bolt the Goblin Guide there. I think you want to see one more card off Goblin Guide.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
We're going to spike ya. We're going to suspend a Rift Bolt. And then Zach's hand's pretty much dead, right?
Yeah, just got a bunch of...
Searing effects, so as long as David doesn't play a creature.
Got to play creatures eventually, right?
No, not necessarily.
Hopefully he has like a Liliana the Veil or something he can start taking up. Looks like his hand is just a bunch of lands and a Colton's command, though. Handbag 3, thanks for the follow.
It's supposed to be Hand Page.
Hand page.
Just saying.
Oh,
Like Rampage.
I got it now. I feel like an idiot. But welcome, Hand page. Now all I'm seeing is like a large boar just like tearing down the city.
Yeah.
But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's actually just like a cooked ham. It's just like rolling through a town, just knocking buildings over.
Smart guy. Kyle has his moments. He offers too good advice, like once a year. So, yeah, you have to take him up on that at some point. I like the number of red-white lands that Zach has. That, ironically enough, if David were to Blood Moon, it would actually be relevant.
That is a lot of black leaf cliffs.
It's 3 black leaves and a bloodstained mire, right?
Yeah.
Colligans, have you discard a land? I'll buy back nothing. Burn you. I guess David's just kind of hoping to run Zach out of his searing effects, so he can put a Reveler out there, right?
Or flashback one of these Lingering Souls. Teddy, what's that best advice that Justin gave you? I gotta hear this.
I gave good advice. Hell, I gotta hear it too.
Yeah, Kicker, there is a max of 25 tickets per person.
Or 25 enters, right? Which is a ticket, so it makes sense. There are 20 tickets, so you can get 5 more.
Lightning Helix.
Lightning Helix. Oh, wow, that's a good card.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I wish I had one. Just cast a Bedlam Reveler.
There are 2 cards in Zach's hand. Both are searing effects.
Yep. So Zach's gonna have to spend his whole next turn getting the Bedlam Reveler off the board.
Well, he just drew another Searing Blood, so he's just going to Searing Blood it twice.
6 them. He told me not to fixate on my losses. See if there was anything I could have done differently to change the game. Always leave the match with something weird. Yeah, I like to try and tell people not to worry about that. I know I've told you specifically about that as well, where you've definitely come away from a game where you're like, there's nothing I could have done. It's like, well, what if you just cast this spell differently, or discarded different cards to a Faithless Looting or whatever? And you thought it back like, yeah, I guess something could have changed. What is that card? Is that a Young Pyromancer? It looks like it. That card looks great.
Yeah, Teddy, he was definitely telling me that at the last Open we went to, the Open in Charlotte. I was playing humans, and there was 2 matches to Tron that I lost to just blindly guessing cards with Meddling Mage and then just guessing the wrong one, which was really frustrating at the time, and that's why I was getting so frustrated. It's like, it just felt like such a variance thing. Like, I lost because I just guessed the wrong card. Justin kind of talked me down and was like, well, I mean, that's just kind of modern for you, right? Just try not to fixate on it. Just try to, think of what you could name next time. Think of different plays you could make and just make the best of it.
I'd Fatal Push my Pyromancer here. Save yourself a life. I like it.
Yeah, Searing Blood, unlike Searing Blaze, you can't stop the damage, right?
Yep. The creature has to die with the damage marked on it, essentially. Yeah. So any of you out there that get easily tilted, try to take that to heart. I'll say it is something that is a little frustrating to get the hang of. I've always just kind of like I've noticed myself getting better at the game when I start thinking back to myself. It's like, well, my opponent won, but it's probably because I did something wrong rather than he just drew better than me.
Yeah, Patrick Junk, you are right. I didn't even think about that.
Blood would not trigger with Rip Out anyway. Creature has to die. Can't die if you can't go to the graveyard.
Yep.
That doesn't make sense to me, but
yeah, I agree.
yeah, rules of the game are the rules of the game. I'm not here to change the rules. I just play it, I guess.
Quite the Nambo.
Oh, jeez.
So you know what card we saw cast that game? Collective Brutality.
When
he cast that Collective Brutality. And he won the game.
Oh, wow. 3 for 3 is good. It does so happen that your opponent drew better than you. I agree. Like there are times where, yes, your opponent can just draw better than you. Man, Teddy just throwing fire at me. Jesus.
Justin, would you like to explain that match to anybody in the chat? Or,
Sure. So there's a point where I'm at 7 life. I'm playing Jeskai against the runaway red deck. I tap out for a Teferi, untap with the Teferi, and then use my Field of Ruin to blow up his Ramunap Ruin. So my opponent's got 5 mountains out, 0 cards in hand. In order for him to win the game, he has to draw exactly Manamorphose into Faithless Looting. And he does exactly that, and he does Manamorphose into Faithless Looting. The first Faithless Looting, he pitches land and what's the Fiery Temper? Yeah, Fiery Temper. Fiery Tempers me down to 4. I'm like, all right, well, it's annoying. He had 1 Phoenix in the graveyard, so I was going to go to 1, but I was probably still going to win. But then he flashbacks to the Faithless Looting and finds 2 more Arclight Phoenix and throws those into the graveyard. After the game, he's like, well, that was lucky. I'm just sitting there like, you think? Are you kidding me? It's all straight off the top. It was like the most insulting thing ever. But it happens. Like, obviously, you know, he just drew much better than me.
Yeah. Justin also had 6 buys at that event, so it's fair.
Are you bitter about that at all? Like, I feel like you're a little bitter because you keep bringing that up.
I'm never gonna let you live that down.
I mean,
Justin was playing Jeskai and playing against humans round 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yep.
I'd sit there and play against Jeskai or play Jeskai.
So M. Horton, the best way to get in Modern, in my opinion, is to find a deck like Burn, for example. Creemer would, you know, go against this, but you know, for Burn, for example, work towards building that deck. Once you get the deck together, you know, just learn that deck and start learning Modern. You probably want to play whatever deck you end up with for a year, so that way you kind of know, just kind of in general, what you like to do with the game. You'll see what your opponents do. You'll see whether, you know, you hate the deck or you love the deck or whatever. And then eventually, Gin and Tonic, it's Petromancer. You're wrong, not us. Eventually, you'll just get kind of settled in, and, like you'll understand, and then hopefully, once you learn the deck, you'll start building up store credit at your store, and you know, just being able to not spend so much money on actually, like, you know, buying the big staples.
Yeah. Another thing you could do if you play Magic Online at all, you could also use Mana Traders, which allow you to rent different Modern decks. So you can try them out there. That's something I kind of like to do with different Modern decks before I buy them. But I agree with Justin that when you do go in and you buy a Modern deck, I would say make sure you play it for at least a year before you give up on it. One of the, you know, situations that you see a lot of players get into that are really kind of toxic for them is they pick up a deck, they don't do well with it, so they get rid of that, and they pick up something else, and they don't like that, so they get rid of that, and they pick up something else, and they just end up spending a lot of money just switching from deck to deck to deck. So even if you play something at first and you don't really like it or you don't do too well with it, I'd say still play with it for a little bit, and, you know, make sure that it's something that you're actually going to not like or like before you choose to get something else.
I guess you can use Mana Traders to rent physical decks as well. I've never done that myself, but I know there's plenty of people who have. I've gained enough friends at this point in the community where I feel like just about every deck is represented at some point where I can, if I really needed to, I could get my hands on it. So. John Avon Unhinged. At least Unhinged. You know, I'm fine with Unhinged.
Yeah, I just really don't like Unstable.
Whoever said Unstable earlier. God.
If I were to ever get rid of my Gurus, I feel like I would be going on to Arena 96 lands. Those ones are very pretty.
Objectively the best basics in the game. I don't know about that. Fold out humans. Hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
Fold out humans.
I got a fold out humans deck too.
Original Ravnica Japanese pre-release basics.
Yeah, Paul, good luck with that.
That's the real reason you make friends in Magic. I agree. You just got it's like, I can't afford all the different decks. What deck you got? Can I play it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It definitely helps. Yeah. Fatal Push. Kick him down. Collective Brutality? Anyone? Collective Brutality. That's a Rabble Master? Oh man, I'm excited. I don't think I really want Rabble Master versus all the searing effects, but
No. 8 trash, I definitely agree with you on that. Why do I own Mono Red Prison and don't play it? Because Justin wants to. So all this started when we went to the Open in Atlanta.
I told him.
Okay. And we
Thank
were
you,
like,
Teddy.
well,
I love it.
who's better at Modern? And we're like,
Tell him again. Tell him again.
well, I think I am. So I'm really just waiting for Justin to, buy the deck from me. Since, I pretty much just let him own it through me. Oh, you got one, Paul? Nice. I didn't think you'd ever get him.
Got one what?
One of the Japanese pre-release from Original Ravnica.
Oh yeah, those are nice and easy to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, earlier Teddy was asking me about the Mono Red Prison and why I didn't have Gurus in it. I'm like, well, it's not even my deck.
The best part, Teddy, is when people come up to Justin. He's like, hey, can we borrow your Legacy deck? Justin's like, yeah, we would love to, but, yeah.
So, Jen, my favorite are, we have Gurus, which I actually, choose to play with. Then I go to Odyssey. I'm not too big a fan of most of the beta ones. They're fine. I don't dislike them, but I'm clearly wrong. I'm clearly wrong. Does the store have some Badlands? Yeah, we do. Pretty sure we have at least one. I'd have to double check to make up for sure. Yeah, I'm being told by multiple people at least. We should have at least one. Yeah, Matthew will go figure it out for sure. Basics are cool, not for modern decks because they just look so 90s compared to everything else in typical modern. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's really my problem with it. Is like if I'm playing an old school deck, ooh, Collector Brutality. That's really good. Zach just conceded, I think, to the Collector Brutality.
Like I said, Collector Brutality. It's a heck of a drug.
Yep. No, we don't carry the good lands here.
Yeah, we only have bad lands. But yeah, Big Bear, like you were saying about the Is It Phoenix deck, that deck does look sweet. I'm actually really interested in trying it myself.
Yeah. I'm not so certain. I'm not sure how crispy the lands are.
Yeah, Matthew's going to go check for us right now about the bad land condition that we have. If our bad lands are good lands, or if they're in fact bad lands.
Okay, so you want a nice
like
solid
average,
in between.
solid play.
Yeah.
I'm sure we probably have some.
Say that sounds like a grading we would have on bad lands. Very rarely do we end up with near mint. I know we got like a near mint underground sea.
Yeah.
It's like impossible to get rid of. Because nobody's like, I don't want near mint duels.
Nobody wants to spend the incredible price for a near mint duel.
Yeah, that's fair. So